Welcome back to another legendary episode of the one and only Speculation Alley. It's your boy A-Bomb here, and of course, as always with me is my brother from another mother, Crypto Dilly. What's going on, my man?
Not a lot, man. Just trying to figure out this whole Battletown situation. So hopefully we can get into some speculation of what's to come. What do you
Yeah,
think?
I think we should do that. I think it's a speculation of strategy or strategic speculation, if you will. We have this new layout of Battletown. We've kind of recapped some different elements that we've seen in our recent videos, but we want to get into this new element of missions and bounties happening at the same time. And one of the things I want to point out right off the bat is bounties seem ongoing. So as long as you're entering bounties and when they end, you're starting another one. It seems that you can enter these on a pretty consistent basis to earn popcorn, which we referenced in the video previous to this one. Go check it out. On top of that, though, missions seem a little bit more sparse. Like they don't happen on a regular basis as the bounties are. And what we redeem for the missions is the tea leaves. And what we recently received from the team of Alpha on this last Thursday was that the tea leaves have this caffeine effect. And the speculation behind that is that they will actually help to speed up a bounty's time. So you can see on some of these bounties, some of them take 4 days, some of them take 7 days. And if we apply tea leaves to that and caffeinate the bounties, maybe that'll speed them up. So what are your thoughts on all this, my man?
No, I think that that's exactly what's going to happen. I mean, you look at the game Heavy Metal and the way that the dynamic works, where you get into the game and it's like a kind of slow paced, like grinder type game where you got to build these tiles. But if you want to speed up how quickly the tiles are placed, you can actually buy gears using ApeCoin, and using those gears, you're able to like speed up things. But what's interesting is that 10KTF is introducing this other mechanic where you're able to actually play and going on these missions to earn an equivalent in our speculation of gears. And then you'll be able to use those tea leaves to speed up the bounties, or I don't think you'll be able to speed up missions, but bounties make sense, especially with how many that they're like stacking on top of each other, where you have a matinee and then you have like a double feature. Myself, I went on a double feature right before this week. And so like my double features are kind of ending right whenever like the other bounties are actually beginning. And so you got to be kind of strategic in the way that you're actually allocating your resources. So if I was able to spend some, tea leaves, caffeinate my, guys and make it to where they're able to complete the bounty quicker, so that way I can get back on track on a timeline that fits my schedule, that is something I'm willing to do. And we know that the tea leaves are caffeine. So it's like designed to speed up is the speculation that we're kind of laying out today.
Right. And as well, it's also one of those things that's another sinkhole for ApeCoin, and building out that ecosystem, right? It makes sense to utilize that. And again, it makes it so that every character or player does have to grind a little bit, and it makes it challenging, which is the whole point of a video game, is to have a challenge that you're trying to beat or overcome. But furthermore, what's interesting about this is the potential of, speeding up a bounty, where if I'm on the bounty by myself and I spend tea leaves. First of all, can we spend tea leaves while a bounty is currently ongoing, or does it have to be applied at the top? And as well, if I'm applying tea leaves, but I'm with I'm with a full bounty of 5, are those tea leaves being spread out? Because if we're on a full bounty of 5, we're all on the same timeline here. So I would speculate, how are these tea leaves being spread out to make sure everyone's time is being cut down? For instance, if I spend 100 tea leaves on a bounty that I'm on by myself, will it be 10% faster? Or if I'm on a bounty with 2 people, like myself and someone else, and I spend 100 tea leaves, will it only be 5% faster, because those tea leaves percentage that are being applied to speed up the bounty, are being split?
Yeah, that's a really interesting dynamic because I guess that kind of leads that question where if you have tea leaves and you're applying it to it, are the other members that are also in your bounty going to, benefit from that use of tea leaves?
Right.
or will you be the only one that's affected and it allows you to finish the bounty early? Lots of questions kind of like arising from that, but it gets your wheels turning. And maybe the tea leaves and bounties are going to, change into something a little bit more involved than what they currently are at this point, where you just kind of like click and send, which would also allow like a more integrated, mechanic with the caffeine or the tea leaves, I guess.
Right. I mean, again, I think it's interesting because looking at the strategy here where bounties are ongoing and missions are a bit more, selective, it's interesting to see what people are going to be going for. And that's why I think the team would actually be wise to allow people who maybe only focused on bounties to purchase tea leaves if they want to utilize those for like at the end, they're just trying to really grind. But I'm curious to see what happens with it. I'm curious to see again where all this goes and the strategy. If you have a strategy that you're working on that's killing it, please let us know in the comments. Yeah, we'd love to talk to you about that. Maybe just let us know in the back channels for some alpha. But regardless, we want to say thank you for everyone to showing up, and make sure that Dilly, you got anything else for us before we close this bad boy out?
Yeah, I was just going to say, I mean, strategically, I think that missions will happen on a consistent basis. It seems like every Thursday we're getting a new mission, but it's like we don't know if there's going to be multiple like missions to choose from. So, make sure as a strategy that you have a few different items that you can still send out on a mission, even because if you have everything going towards bounties, well, we don't really know the full use case of tea leaves or badges. You don't want to miss out on badges. So it's really important that you kind of like play the game and you're strategic in the way that you're utilizing things, and also using your G tags wisely. As someone else has notated, they've actually numbered the G tags, which is speculated to then also have some kind of attachment to what your items are being used for. So if you're using G tag 1 to accumulate Swampy, or you're using G tag 3 to accumulate Mega Jaw, like you're going to have those G tags have some kind of different, I guess, feedback loop to develop the PFP that G tag is then used on. And that's where the speculation with fusing comes together as well. So there's a lot of moving parts, and you just got to kind of stay on top of the strategy moving forward. Did you have anything else to add about the number G tags?
No, yeah, I just think stay on top of it. I know it sounds like a lot, but really it's kind of like a set it and forget it thing once you understand the dynamic of it. We're still figuring out as well. So join the community chats, jump into the comments, leave us your thoughts, and subscribe if you got any value from this video. And catch us in Twitter on Wednesday when we unpack everything that we discussed here at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So thank you so much.
Buddy. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week. Peace.